1, advisory opinion, background. Consumer reporting agencies collect and assemble or evaluate information about, among other things, the credit, criminal, employment, and rental histories of hundreds of millions of Americans. They package this information into consumer reports, which are used by creditors, insurers, landlords, employers, and others to make eligibility and other decisions about consumers. This collection, assembly, evaluation, dissemination, and use of vast quantities of often highly sensitive, personal, and financial information about consumers poses significant risk to consumer right to privacy. Guys, are you like paying attention to the words that the CFPB and the Bureau is using? Like, look how they formulate the words. The collection, assembly, evaluation, dissemination, and use of vast quantities of often highly sensitive. Guys, could we all go on mute, please? Make sure we're all on mute. Of highly sensitive, personal, and financial information about consumers poses significant risks to consumer privacy. That's coming from the CFPB, right? So the FCRA regulates consumer reporting. Congress enacted the statute to ensure fair and accurate credit reporting, promote efficiency in the banking system, and protect consumer privacy. So if we're making complaints to the CFPB, what type of language do you think you need to put inside of your complaints? The same language that they gave you in their opinion letters, the same language that's in their laws. Why would you want to use something else like, oh, they didn't respond to me, this doesn't belong to me? That, like, let's use their language. They're telling you what to say because they already said it. Use their own words, right? So the FCRA regulates, we went over that. Boom. One of the problems with the credit reporting industry, look at this, one of the problems. So maybe y'all want to take a note of that. One of the problem with the credit reporting industry that Congress recognized and sought to remedy. So sought to remedy mean they went to do something about it. I don't know if they did something about it yet, right? With the FCRA was that what? Information in a person's credit file was not always kept strictly confidential. Well, hello. Hello. Confidentiality is a big part of your consumer report. Then you go into definition. What does confidentiality means? Expound on that. Speak on it. Use their words to tie into your end goal, right? The statute was enacted. So in your disputes and in your round 1 or round 2, you can put stuff like the statute, the FCRA was enacted to prevent undue invasion of individuals' right to privacy in the collection and dissemination of credit information. In the collection and dissemination, well, I have a right to privacy. If I don't want my information disseminated, I have that legal right. It's all about how you tell your story using their language. So as courts have recognized, a major purpose of the FCRA is what? Privacy of consumer data. So don't tell me about any public record. I don't want to hear it. The FCRA protects. The purpose of the FCRA protects consumer privacy in multiple ways. All right. So in your mind, you should be like the Ranger said, the FCRA protects consumer privacy in multiple ways. Let me write down these multiple ways. That's more than likely going to come next, right? including by limiting the circumstances under which consumer reporting agencies may disclose consumer information. For example, FCRA Section 604, entitled Permissible Purposes, or 15 USC 1681B of Consumer Reports, identifies an exclusive list of permissible purposes for which consumer reporting agency may provide consumer reports, including in accordance with the what? Written instructions of the consumer to whom the report relates, and for purposes relating to credit, employment, and insurance. The statute states that a consumer reporting agency may provide consumer reports under these circumstances and no other. It means if the circumstances are not listed in the list below, are in the list of what 15 USC 1681B says, or section 604, they cannot produce a consumer report if those criteria aren't met, right? So in addition, the FCRA section 607 A requires that every consumer reporting agency shall maintain reasonable procedures designed to limit the furnishing of consumer reports to the purposes listed under section 604 and the FCRA section 620, which this should be, if I'm not mistaken, 15 USC 1681 O. N and O under where civil liability.